Good morning, guys. What's happening? How's it going? All right, the market looks pretty quiet today again. Can you guys hear me or? Yeah, I'm pretty tired, but should be back on the game today. CRVS, yes, it's one of the watch lists that I'm watching. I mean, it looks pretty good. I mean, 10 million. Could be a bit crowded, but we know when this kind of volume happens, there's a potential SPI kind of move might happen anytime soon. Yeah, shorts are shorting lower again, so you know SPI kind of move might happen again. Keep an eye out for that one. I think it'll be coming either this week or next week, something like that. So should be good trading today. Got a couple of watch lists that I'm watching, and see how that goes. Alright guys, so you guys ready to go through it, or should we wait a little bit? Alright, so for today, these are my watch lists. These are the ones that I'm watching. These are just from today's scan. But these three are just, you know, I'm watching. I'm pretty sure these three will probably be the ones that I'm focused today, unless something else comes and hits the scanner, or CRVS gives us a dramatic parabolic and a backside. Other than that, I'm not interested. All right, let's go through it. Let's go through it. CRVS. Alright, CRVS. Alright, so CRVS, what's happening here? Let's look at the news. First thing first, right? Alright. Okay, where is it? Alright, so it's a phase 1 data. So the phase 1 study, it's a positive study. COVID, same thing. It's becoming old now. Every pharmaceutical company putting out COVID news, right? So, you know, it looks pretty good. It's definitely a positive. It's definitely a positive news. And if we look at the filings, all right, as you guys can see, the cash burn rate, it's popping a little bit now. Cash burn rate is 3 million, but they have 20 million cash on hand. So they're not stressed out about, you know, cash or anything like that. You know, so the news is legitimate. They're not trying to dump. That kind of gives you an idea, right? The Milan company has financial operation primarily proceeding from sale of stock. Yep. So same thing again. All these pharmaceutical companies that you guys can read here. The company has financed its operations primarily with proceeds from sales of stocks. Hey man. So yeah. So basically, they finance themselves by, you know, pretty much dumping shares. But they seem pretty legit. So they have offerings up to $200 million worth of stocks. They have sold $50 million worth of stocks so far, right? This was on the 03/2020. So that would be, if you look at the daily chart, it would be on this day. So they dumped a lot on this particular day here. All right. But I don't think they'll be dumping today. They still got $150 million worth of stocks to dump, right? And the underwriter is Jefferies. So, but they also have hidden ATMs of $50 million worth of stocks, right? Hidden ATMs means they don't really disclose it, so you have to kind of dig to find this information. But from the look of it, yes, it has a potential to go to the upside, unless it's crowded. I mean, I hope this thing gives us SPI kind of move. I highly doubt it, but we'll see how it goes. But the filings, it looks like they're not stressed out about cash. They're only spending 3 million. They have 20 million on hand, so they got about 6-7 months worth of money on hand at the moment. Usually companies like to go for 2 years worth of cash on hand, but this is all right from what we've seen so far. So it's something I'm watching. If it gives us a dramatic, if I'm a long trader, yes, this will be the primary stock that I'll be looking at, using this 560 as support, as a base to trade off of, right? Anything below this, it seems like it dies. But the other thing to look for if you're a long trader is out of the gate, if the price drops, but if it's dropping with very low volume. So let's say, pre-market is traded, as you guys can see right here, pre-market is traded around, 10 million shares, right? Almost 10 million, 8 million shares. Now market opens, the first couple of candles, it's only be, you should expect a million shares candle, or you know what I mean? Something like that. But if you see in a couple 100,000s for the first 2-3 minutes, but it's dropping with that, then what it means is most of the people who bought pre-market are still sitting on it. They don't, they're not panicking, they're not selling, which means a lot of people expect this to go up. So there's no that panic sale, right? So if you see a washout with very low volume, market open, in something that has high volume pre-market, then that's a reversal long play. But yep, it looks good. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, KOS is one of them right here. Basically, the news for this, guys, was, let's look at it here. All right, KOS. So basically, they announced, so they closed a facility that is worth $200 million. So they have a facility, a big facility in the Gulf of Mexico, and they closed that down. And so the loan that they had, the $200 million worth of loan that they had, was meant to be paid in 5 years. But obviously they closed that down, which means they don't have to pay it, I think. So this could kind of give them a bit of more cash in hand, so they don't have to expand. Okay. The closing of City of Gulf of Mexico enhance the company's strong liquidity position. Yep, right here. So the closing of the Gulf of Mexico facility enhances the company's strong liquidity position, with access to low-cost, flexible financing, along with free cash generated by the loan. So it basically puts in, they don't have to pay the loan, so it puts in more. I mean, there's more depth to it, but it's not a very strong news. But if this thing pulls to the $1.20 area, I might buy it, and if I can see some sort of reversal, because it dropped pretty dramatically. If it drops to the 120 area, you're risking only 10 cents. So let's look at the finance cash flows. This is called KO. Oops. All right, KOS. As you guys can see, they burned through a lot of money. Jesus Christ, $10 million a month. But they got $164 million cash and cash equivalent, right? But this money does not include, if they already provided service payments that they're gonna receive. It doesn't include. This is primarily talking about cash and cash that is available to them at the moment, or something that they can liquidate if they need to, right? Okay, so the next one that I'm watching, this one just popped. I was actually watching this when it was at $1.20 area. Great pop. I mean, they're pushing it. The yearly chart looks okay. But personally, I'm not interested in this $1 stocks unless this comes to the $2 that area. But it was a great long when I was watching the 2020 area. It was good. All right, let's go to the next one. Is ENLV. Now ENLV basically same theory here. ENLV. So no news, as you guys can see, no news. The last news was Thursday last week, right? So they don't have any news that, you know, compensate for this kind of move, right? So if you look at the yearly chart, big major volume here on this day, right? So major volume on this day, right? So major volume on this day, as you guys can see, 46 million volume. It went down. Yep, I'm watching it. It's hitting VWAP, CRV. So if you want to quickly buy the bounce, you guys can, risking that. But for me, again, gotta abide by the rule, no pre-market trading, right? But yeah, good spot, man. I'm watching all of them, all of these stocks on the separate monitors, yeah. So basically, this thing, major volume, they held it. As you guys can see, they held it. I mean, if we can do one day and you see, it went up with major volume on this day, but they didn't let it drop below this level. See how it held this, respected this level, and it went higher. Now this, the rule is for success. You make my day, my man. All right, so this is the same thing. What happens? So you guys should really focus on this one. This one right here happens a lot. This is a play, SAVA. If you guys remember SAVA, what happened with SAVA? As you guys can see, major volume day right here. You guys can see right here. Yeah, major volume day on this thing. Second red day, they held it. They held it and they ripped it and then ripped it again. So once this major volume day happens and it doesn't wash out, like if you saw Kodak's, for example, major volume and just washed out, right? So major volume happens, but they don't let it drop. They hold it and it consolidates like this. It's bound to go up, right? See how the similar this chart and NLV is. Very similar thing to what's happened with NLV today. So major volume on this day, they hold it down, they didn't let it drop, and then they ripped it higher. Now, if they're going to hold the price of this at a higher price, then they could rip it again. So, guys, pay attention when you see a lot of the stock traded with the major volume on a day, right? 100,000, 100 million volume or something like that. What you want to do is you want to keep it on your radar for the next couple of days, because this moves happen a lot, where someone scoops up a lot of shares, right? Whoever bought into a lot of shares into this day won't let this thing fall apart. They hold, they support it, they keep buying until there's no other way for the stock to go higher. I think CRVS is cracking the view up here. Yeah, it looks like looks a bit weak, but if you're one of those people who bought for the breakouts, then you're getting squished at the moment. So no pre-market trade for me, especially to the long side. Anyway, so in LV, the same theory is being played out here, where a major volume day happens and then they support it and go higher, yeah? Boom, all right, we're accelerating here. This thing goes to the 270 area. Man, I was watching this at 220 right here. That's where I was watching it. Wow, it's really picking up. Maybe a Rusty Boy's on it. Is he? Yeah, Russ is pushing this, so I mean it could be a play today. So no locates already. So no locates on this thing. It's fine. All right. So yeah, he's pushing it. Right. So that was a kind of a given, but I don't think this is gonna go. If it goes to the 3 area, I'd be very interested. But other than that, I mean, given the daily chart, this is the area I'll be watching. For me, not a lot of room to bank on this. So yeah. So in LV, we talked about it. Let's go to the next one. HGEN. Now HG, this one here has a lot of back holders, as you guys can see on a daily chart, but it did pop and drop, right? It did pop and drop. Now, what's the news on this thing? HGN reported so another coronavirus report. So they have a reporting that demonstrate a rapid resolution and discharge from the hospitals. So that's the news. It's pretty much either a phase 1 or some sort of it's a case study. It's not even a clinical trial or anything like that. So went up, dropped quickly. It's easier for Russ to set a momentum stock when he can create the momentum willingly, you know. All right, so the next thing we're looking at is so this one here. I'm not interested. If it crawls back, I'll look to short. Primarily because it has a lot of back holders in this area. If it pushes to the 20 or even above 16, I'll look to have starter, but not something that I'm watching. What else? IMGN. Have we talked about IMGN? IMGN looks alright on a. So this one I'm actually interested in buying. It pulled back dramatically here. It could support this view up to the 35 area. But let's look at the news. So I'm Jan. Announced FDA breakthrough therapy. Okay, what is this related to? Is it a COVID news? No guarantee on clearing patients. Treatment to announce. I think it's something to do with cancer. Imagine present chief officer. So I think it's some sort of cancer treatment. So, well, not the best, but all right. Now these ones are the one I'll be watching. JKS. The reason why I'll be watching is because of this. Right, as you guys can see, from pretty much $20, $21 to $46 with no pullback. Alright, so this one could potentially be, it's real. As you guys can see, the volume, people have been buying this up every single day. They haven't sold yet. As you can see, it's all green. They're doing a major soaking up into this. So this is a potential first red day short play. And if this thing can, you know, when it gives a red day, I mean, JS6. You guys remember JS6? See this thing? It went pretty much from $40 to 140, and then first red day, what did it do? It went back. It retreated from 140 all the way to 99. So it's a $40 drop it gave, yeah. So similar idea here, JKS. So when they do give, when it's Yep, so this is a potential first red day play. You have to analyze it. The way I am analyzing this is GKS. So I look for so I'm looking at what it did for the last 30 days, right? Every day. What is it doing different today than it didn't do? So, you know, you follow what it did pre-market and analyze if it's doing something different, if it's accelerating or snapping. If this momentum shift happens, snap, that's when you have an entry point, and this could easily give you $5-6 easy. This is the kind of trade that I'm looking at. All right, so this one is the one I'm watching today, and the other one that I'm looking at is RUN. RUN, similar thing. This thing from 20 all the way to $80. It had one crack here, where it pulled back from $58 to $42 in 3 days, but nothing major. So this could drop to the here at the 65 areas. So this thing I'm watching as well. And the next thing that I'm watching is NXTC. So NXTC, this is for long strategy. As you guys can see, it's been really pretty beat down. But the last couple of days, it's been curling up a little bit. So if this thing, the gap fill is what? The gap fill is at $17 area, right? And maybe to here to $12 area. So if this thing, if they release a press release or some sort of news on a technical perspective, and dynamics from Friday. Yep, I'll have a look at it in dynamics. So if this thing if they put out a press release or something like that, this looks really good on a technical level for the push to 12 or 17. So make yourself familiar with it. You know, keep it on your watch list. You know, come back tomorrow if you see some sort of news or whatever. You know what to do. Let's look at NOX. All right, and then NOX, this actually, I did look this at on Friday. I mean, let's keep pushing up. Doesn't look like any momentum shift. It looks like it wants to break and go higher. I'll actually add this. So what I would look for this is let it break, and then a pullback. I want to see this area supporting. So break of this. A break of 30 at 40, and then potentially go to to the 40 or 39.50 or something like that. A pullback and this area supporting. Then I'll buy to go long. So a breakout, pullback, and a support is what I'll look for, right? Because right now it looks like a breakout, but that's arbitrary. Some people would buy it anticipating the breakout, but if I'm gonna buy this, let it break, pull back, make sure it's holding the support level, and then go higher. If this support level breaks, then this could potentially go back to the 30s. So that's another thing you guys gotta keep in mind. What else is on? Alright, let's look at MIOK. Alright, so this is the reason why I don't trade in mergers. As you guys can see, went up from pretty much from 40 bucks to 220, almost a $100 gain. But what is it doing? It's just going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. No volatility, right? So this is how mergers play out. So yeah, so these are the watch lists. If you guys have any question or you guys want me to go through a particular trade, a particular stock, just let me know. So nothing else interesting at the moment. Yeah, look at that. I mean, it did come to, you see that $3, there's no locate, so I couldn't short this. But you see that $3 rejection? That $3 was what I was watching on this thing, but no locates on it. Oh, there's locates now, I think. Nah, still no locate. So that $3 was a good short. Yeah, look, no locates. So this is the shit part, huh? Yeah, but that $3 area was. I mean this. I should have bought this knowing that Russ could potentially, you know, push these things higher. Yeah, I mean that was just a perfect entry point right there. Would have been up what 60, 55 cents. All right, any question, guys? The real Donald Trump. Are you in the chat room? What's your name in the chat room, man? Yep, a bounce from the VWAP, CRVS I'm watching as well. So it's the first 5-minute pullback to 20 minutes to the bell, guys. I think that's pretty much it. Nothing else is coming up. So these are the stocks that I'm watching. If you guys don't have any questions, I think I'll just probably end it here. Yeah. And yeah, that was a really good short. No worries, thank you. Yes, coming up. It's coming up. All right. I'll be trading it today, so and I'll put in. I'm pretty sure. Well, I'm back on again, so I'm fine. I'll put a daily recap videos and stuff like that. You know, I didn't trade last week, but the week before I was down about. I think I give back the $1,000 that I was up. So yeah, we're just trying to recoup that, and that's what the plan is. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'll be in the chat room if you guys want to ask me any questions, and yeah, that's it.